it's just the spray, the pray and spray attitude, if it still works in today's business.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I wonder what the actual ROI is on that. I think anybody that uses bots to land pitch meetings are really just missing the point.
Yep. I love that. Okay. So a couple more questions, then we're going to have
Okay.
the rest of your day.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get in touch with you? How can somebody get in touch with you if they want to, work with your company?
Sure.
Brats Enterprises. How do they go about finding you?
Well, there's a myriad of ways. You can find me at adambraatz.com. It's Adam, BRAATZ.com. Also, you can find Braatz Enterprises on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. I mean, we're all over the place. But really, if you just go to adambraatz.com, scroll to the bottom, there's all my social links there, and there's an opportunity to sign up for a newsletter. I don't spam people to death with that, but that's a great way to stay informed. I share a lot of tidbits of information there because really my goal is to help. But I also have, educational programs that are in the next, I think 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I'll be releasing a free 5-day LinkedIn upgrade that I'll be using to, help educate people and to build my platform, still my foundation for my business. Right now I'm building business karma. I'm just sharing value with people. So I would encourage people to connect with me on LinkedIn and either my business or myself or both in various social networks and say hi. Like I will always chat with you, especially on LinkedIn. Man, that's where I spend most of my time.
So. And now, I was big on Facebook, but now I seem to be spending a lot more time on LinkedIn because it's, people are there to better themselves and better their business.
Right.
And it seems like, because like once you connect with one person, all of a sudden you start connecting with this person, that person. And it seems like everything is just, it hits you hard because everybody, starts to connect with everybody on LinkedIn. So I think it's a great platform.
Oh, absolutely. It's essential.
So last question to everybody. If I say, Adam, I want you to do something in the next 7 days, you're probably not going to do it. But if I ask you, can you do something for me in the next 24 hours? You'll probably take that actionable step. So if you know somebody that's struggling in their business right now, what can they do in the next 24 hours to get their business on the right track?
Oh man, that's a really good question. Get back to basics. Go to your foundation. If you're launching a business and you're struggling, there's something that is missing somewhere. So you start with, your unique proposition, your minimally viable product, business plan basics. Have you actually determined that what you are selling, that there's a market for it and that there is a minimally viable product that, based on your expense and the revenue that you would bring in, something that would keep you and your business afloat? Like, that's at a base level. If you don't have that, you shouldn't have that business. Like there's no fruitful future, right? So there's your foundation. You go back to basics, and then from there, if there is, so where's the gap? Why aren't you reaching people? Do you need to adjust course? Is your marketing bad? There's so many bad marketers out there. Are you paying too much for your ad spend? Are you getting $2.5, $3 a click? Do you need to hire a professional? Do you need to leverage favors? Because if you're cash strapped, you need to do some sort of an exchange, like I will provide X for you if you do Y. So my first bit of advice would be get back to basics, start at your foundation, see where the gaps are between those fundamental needs as a business leader and where you want to be, like where the gaps are, and fill the gaps. And then my second bit of advice is to be creative, because you can find cheap or free ways to get good things. Most of the time you get what you pay for. But if you are networking effectively and you have things to offer as a human being, which hint you do, everybody does, There are ways that you can provide values to others that you can derive value from them as well. So there are cheap and like if you're struggling, you gotta think of really efficient, cheap ways to do everything, and you can do it with not a ton of money. And little ancillary thing, grant money right now is abundant. Grant money.
Wow, that's nobody's ever said that. So you're the first one that's ever mentioned that. Can you
talk about grant funding?
Yeah.
Oh man, right now, especially since businesses are struggling due to COVID. And a lot of people, like in my case, I was set to fully launch my business, and then COVID hit and my in-person model just became not profitable. And, I had these plans and I had personal resources invested, and then it just couldn't get off the ground, and I had to make an abrupt switch. And in the long run, it's going to be good, because I'm able to do remote offerings and, create evergreen products that I don't have to trade my time for money, that people can just access and utilize and benefit from. But in that process, I've received a couple grants, like economic support or like, veteran small business owner grants, state level, federal level, municipality level. There are the nonprofit organizations that have entrepreneurship grants. There are nonprofit organizations that have, free incubator programs. There's one in Wisconsin right now. I wonder if I can find it. It's an organization that they teach you how to create a pitch and pitch it to the VA or to the DOD or to government agencies. Like, pitch your innovative idea to government agencies, and when you complete the course, which is free, they give you $1,500. Like, because they just want to set people up for success, especially if you're a veteran or a military spouse owning a business. Like, you don't have to finance. Like, use grant money. The only stipulation with grant money is that you have to spend it in the way that you indicate at the front end. You can't get a $5,000 grant and that you say you're going to use on payroll and use it to buy a new computer, or that you say that you need to buy office hardware and then you use it on payroll, because they're going to audit you at the end, and you have to be able to convey to them that you did what you said you were going to do. But outside of that, dude, sky's the limit. Apply for grants. Dang, it's so easy. Barstool Foundation right now. Barstool. There's a Barstool fund right now that has, $200 million in it. Aaron Rodgers just famously gave $500,000 to it, that you just submit a video and a bunch of information about your business and the struggles you've had transitioning into being a business owner in COVID. And they give you a monthly stipend for 90 days, up to like $10K. That's grant money. And people need to be creative about how they spend and how they save, but there are other resources out there other than borrowing, other than financing. There are programs available to you as a veteran, a woman, a minority business owner, all of those things. There are things that are available to you to help get you to grow and scale that aren't available to other people.
Well, I'm definitely going to, I think that this is going to be the most important. The last 5 minutes is going to be the most important part of the whole
call. We can talk about grants, we can talk about grants for hours, but.
So, I appreciate you coming on, brother. I know we've been going back,
man.
And I consider you a friend, and now we're family members since we talked.
You bet we are.
And whenever your ebooks come out, let me know, because I have over 700,000 veterans in my groups, and I would love to just get all your products out there.
Holy moly, that is quite the network. I will hit you up on that for sure, my friend.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much, and take care of yourself. Enjoy your coffee.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.